Everyone, in this video we'll see file handling in Python part 4. Now in the last video we saw how to create and traverse a text file, right? Now in this session we see Pickle module. Okay, what is the Pickle module in Python? Is used to serialize and deserialize the Python object. Okay, now serializes is converting into a bytes from an object to a byte and from a byte to an object, right? The example for our object is in Python is a list, tuple, dictionary, etc. What is a list? I will provide you some example. Okay, now the Pickle module is useful for saving and loading a complex objects. If an object is very complex, we can use serialization and deserialization to store this complex object, right? Now Pickling will convert a Python object into a byte stream that can be stored in a file or a database. So database we are not going to see, we are going to store it in a file, right? The unpickling is vice versa, converting a byte stream back to a original object. We have two methods here. One is a dump method, another one is a load method. Dump method is for pickling, right? This method is used to convert a Python object for writing a data into a binary file. Okay, syntax is dump data object comma file object. Data object can be a list or a dictionary or any other then file is the file object where we are going to write the file. So dump method we use for pickling. Now load method, this method is to load the unpickling, the data from a binary file. Okay, it's the opposite of the dump method. So we read the byte information into back to a object. Now what is the syntax? Object name equal to load file object name. Okay, now we take an example here. Before moving into this pickling and unpickling, first we will see what is a list. Now for example, I store this is a variable, stores the string. Same thing, I have another variable num equal to 10. So this one stores the integer value here. So single variable, single value. Now list is single variable, but we can store a multiple value. For example, it's like this, right? But it can be of a character, integer, or a mixed one. Okay, now I delete this one. So I store like this. Now I want a print a value, then in that case I just save this. I change to directory 7, then I say python dot pick dot even. Okay, now it displays the value. Assume that I want to display only red. In that case we can mention the 0 because it's 0 based, right? I save this. This gives a red. Same thing for a blue 1, index is 1, and for green is 2, right? So this is about the list in Python. Now we move on to the pickling. Okay, now import pickle is the Python library. Because I am using dump from this library, so I need to import that. It's a built-in library. Now next one is a list value, is a list object, right? This one is like one is the employee name, employee number, employee name, sex, and age. Assume that I store list here. Then I open the file in binary.dat. okay. Is DAT not a text file? It's a byte. I am going to store byte, and the mode I am going to open is W for write and B for binary. So in the binary mode only I am going to open this file, right? Then pickle.dump, right? We are going to see dump, which will convert the object into a byte. This one is the contains object. Then I am going to store in the file object. Then I close this file. Let me see this one. Then I say, okay, I executed. Now you see there is a binary file created here. Now when I open this in the notepad++, it will be like a junk value. Okay, you can't read properly like a text file, right? Because it's a binary. Now this is the example for a pickling, right? Now we move on to the unpickling, how to read the data back from the binary data, right? So this one is importing the library, then I print this value, then I open the same DAT, but the mode is RB, not WB. R stands for read, B is for binary. Then pickle.load file object name. Okay, I store it, then I close the file and print this value. It's a simple one. Now you can see the value printed here. So this is unpickling, right? Now we see another example using this one, right? Writing an employee record in a binary file, right? For this I copy this. Sorry. Now this one is importing, then I print the value, then this one is opening and the emp file.dat, and in A stands for append, okay, B stands for binary. Append means if file exists it will go on append, right? If file does not exist then it will create a file. So it is always advisable to use a append rather than W. When you use W it will override the existing one, okay. I declare a variable equal to 1 and I print enter record of employee. This one print the empty line, okay. Then while true, so this condition is going to execute until this break statement. The break statement is the only way to come out of this loop, right? Then print record number is currently 1, it will print 1, okay. Now input /t for tab, it will give a tab space, then print employee number. So when a user enter the employee number, that will be stored in the e number. Same thing for the e name and e basic, and because these are integer values, so I am converting to an integer, right? Employee name and basic and allowance. Now e basic plus allowance is a total salary. I store it in a variable, then I print that value here. Now you see this is a list. I am storing all this value in a e data, right? Then I say dump. Dump means converting an object, that is your list, into a file, right? P file is pointing to emp file.dat. Then it is asking the user, do you wish to enter? Now user will enter yes or no, right? If answer is even, I'll change the case to lower, because even user can enter uppercase. In that case I convert that to a lowercase and I change this to compare with the n. So if a user enter no, then it will print this empty line, then break will come out of this while loop. If not, then it will continue, okay. The loop will continue. Again it will ask record number 2, because I incremented before this check, I incremented the value already. 1 plus 1, it will be 2. Again it will get the input and then write the value inside the file, right? Once when I user enter no, it will come out of this loop. Now what is this size of binary? It will be at the last position. What is the total occupied? That will be this. Then finally I close this file. Now before running this code, I will show you there is only one data file. Now I am going to create a emp file.dat, right? It is asking, is giving a tab space here because I say this one, okay? Employee record 1, employee number I say 1, and I say Python tutor, I say enter, salary is 1000 rupees and allowance is 100. Okay, now total salary, do you wish to enter? Yes, I say enter. Now employee record 2, employee number is 2, employee name is Python tutor 2, then basic salary is 2000, the allowance is 200 plus total salary. Then do you wish to enter? Now n, it prints 83, then it compiles out of this 83. You can see this one, this is a file just now created. Now what is this 83? 83 is this point, total number of bytes occupied, right? It will the pointer will be pointing at the last position. It will tell that the till, though I discuss about the till and seek in the previous videos. So if you don't no idea about the till, please watch the previous video. Okay, now the file contains the data. Now I want to read the information. How will I read the information? For that, reading the employee record. Okay, import pickle. So I import the pickle module. Now I print this, print the empty line, then read record. What is with? Normally I use a with class. The benefit of using with is no need to close, no need this one, because file will be closed when it is out of this with class. Okay, with I am opening the file in a read mode. Then while condition is true, I load the B file. Then it will read line by line, right? Record number, initially it will be 1, then print the E data, then increment the counter. Now loop through, okay, cycle through this. What is this? Remember, we are using a try catch block. In the exception handling, we saw what is a try. In the except, if there is any EOF error, I say a word pass. Pass is just a word used for future. For example, in future, I am going to write some code. Okay. As of now, I don't have anything to write. In that case, I can say pass. Then later, I can say raise exception. Any exception I want to. So at this point, I am not sure what to write. In that case, I can say pass, because in the except EOF, if I remove this, it is going to the Python interpreter is going to throw the error. Okay. So for that reason, I use a pass here. So dummy statement, right? Now I save this, then I run this code. We have 2 records. It will read that record and come out, right? So that's it. So in the next video we will see the exceptions, right? File handling exceptions. Please subscribe and share this video to your friends. That will encourage me to post more videos. Thank you.